the 18th FIBA World Cup, the biggest ever in the 69-year history of this global competition. Today, we've got in our first game Angola up against Italy, and then in our second game Serbia against the Philippines. We are in Foshan. As we said, we are in Group D. This is the game at hand, Italy versus Angola. First and last time that both these countries met up in the World Cup was back in 1990, Italy beating Angola 86-78. But in this situation, Angola coming off a 46-point loss to Serbia, Italy coming off a massive 46-point win over the Philippines. This is Dean Kinito Henson, and with me, Josh Benton. Josh, what about the prospects of a competitive game in this one?
Well, one thing the Angolan team's going to have this game is going to be a lot of physicality. Yes, they've come off the back of a very disappointing loss against Serbia, but they're going to want to put that behind them. But they also need to realize that they're going to be up against a very strong Italian team with a strong purpose to prove a point here in the FIBA World Cup.
Now the Angola players being introduced one by one. We also know that in World Cup history, Angola has won only 1 out of 18 games against European teams. And that win came in 2010 against Germany. Angola carving out a 92-88 win over the Germans. But in those 18 games, Angola has given up an average of 90.6 points. I think their defense is going to be tested big time against Italy.
Well, big thing for Angola. They're going to get Carlos Moraes in the game. We saw in the first quarter against Serbia, he had a very hot hand, but didn't look to shoot the ball so much in the second half. Not to mention, Yannick Moreira, the experience he's had in the Champions League playing for Virtus Bologna, he needs to step up tonight, but it doesn't get any more difficult than an Italian team like this one.
And now the Italian team being introduced. And earlier we saw a glimpse of the Italian fans right here in Foshan, giving a lot of moral support to this national team. Danilo Gallinari getting called up. We also know that Italy in 5 games against African teams in the World Cup, they've won them all by an average margin of 15.5 points a game. And in that big win of Italy over the Philippines, 3 Italian players scoring at least 16 points. What a tremendous performance offensively and defensively by Italy in that one. Just in a bit, we will be hearing the national anthems of both teams. We've got these little kids from Foshan coming onto the court. And this is our calendar for today. It's Italy versus Angola. And in our second game here in Group D, it's going to be Serbia against the Philippines. And curiously, both Angola and the Philippines losing their first games by an identical margin of 46 points.
I mean, that was a very, very impressive stat to say the least. But again, Philippines doesn't get any tougher for them because they've got to go up against the great Serbia. Right now, Angola, their mind is not to have the same deficit against this Italian national team. But for the way Italy shot the ball, we could see something similar.
And the stadium slowly filling up now for this game between Angola and Italy. And now we will have the national anthems of both these teams.
Now, please stand up for national anthem. 请全体起立，奏双方国歌 National Anthem of Angola。首先奏安哥拉国歌。Thank you. Now please remain standing for the national anthem of Italy. 请保持肃立，奏意大利国歌。
Italy with a point to prove here in the 18th World Cup. Italy did not qualify in the last 2 World Cups. In fact, it's been a 13-year absence for Italy before finally stepping back on this world stage. And what a massive victory for Italy over the Philippines, particularly as we were talking with Italian coach Romeo Sacchetti the other day. Italy coming off 6 straight losses in the friendlies, moving into the World Cup proper.
Well, I mean, that was a big test for them in the Acropolis tournament where they went up against the likes of Greece and Serbia. But right now, we're just getting set to introduce our officials tonight for tonight's game. Our referees are Steven Anderson, Martins Kozlauskas, and Yevgeny Mikhev, coming from Kazakhstan, Latvia, and the United States. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an unbelievable job in all of our competitions, and they will continue to do so here tonight in the FIBA World Cup here in Foshan.
Well, we were talking to some of the referees over the last few days, and yes, it's an international cast. 56 referees have been assembled to take care of the 92 games to be played here in the World Cup, and we all know that this is the biggest ever in the competition. And take a look at the starting 5 now of Angola. We've got Jorge Domingos. He's a small point guard, very feisty. And Yannick Moreira, you know that he's going to be there for the inside points. Carlos Moraes, big-time scorer, 15 points against Serbia in his first game.
Well, if Angola's going to come out with anything tonight, he's got to have a hot hand. And on top of that, as you mentioned, Domingos, we saw it against Serbia. He's got to attack the basket. And again, going on to Yannick Moreira, Moreira's got to be a beast. He's got to want the basketball, and he's going to want to be a threat tonight.
And for Italy, this is the starting lineup. No doubt, Gallinari, Bellinelli, Datome, Daniel Hackett, Paul Baliga. The same starting unit that Italy used against the Philippines. 3 NBA veterans in that lineup, and Gigi Datome was just a man on fire in that game against the Philippines, going 7 out of 7 from the field, including 3 out of 3 from deep, finishing with 17 points. And we picked him as the best player of that game.
Well, I mean, that starting lineup for the Italian national team is a dream of teams. It's a dream team in its sense. You mentioned it, Gallinari, Datome, Baliga as well. This team could cause a few problems tonight, and we could see them move further into this tournament.
And for Angola, their last World Cup appearance was in 2014 in Spain. They took 17th place out of 24 teams. And you see the Angolan head coach, Will Voigt. He's an American, and he played basketball at Pomona College. Certainly a well-traveled coach. He actually took Nigeria to the Olympics last time out in Rio de Janeiro. And Mayo Sacchetti, Romeo Sacchetti, the head coach of Italy, a player once upon a time, and he played on the Italian team that took the silver medal in the 1980 Olympics. 65 years old, and he's got a towering presence. He's 6'6". I mean, he's a former player, and now bringing a lot of his playing experience to the fore as head coach of Italy.
Well, Sacchetti as well, and he's very renowned for the way that his teams play defense. But as we saw the other night against the Philippines, a lot of credit had to go to their perimeter shooting. You can see what he's like to do with his players. He wants them to get in the lane, get some kickouts. They got Datome, Gallinari, and not to mention Bellinelli. This team could come out with a hot hand tonight.
And Josh, in that game of the Philippines over the Italy over the Philippines, Italy had 30 assists in that contest, 58% field goal shooting, and 15 out of 31 from 3 points. And for Angola, in that loss to Serbia, they got to work on their rebound. Only 19 rebounds in that game while giving up 41 boards to Serbia. That's an item, that's an issue that I'm sure Coach Will Voigt will focus on in this game. And here we go with the tip. Moreira versus Baliga. And first possession going to Italy. It's Daniel Hackett playing the point guard position. Over at the wings, Datome. They go to Hackett down low. He's attacking the much smaller Domingos in that post action.
Well, that's going to be a big mismatch all night. If you got Domingos having to guard Hackett in the low block, Italy's got one thing on his mind: just throw the ball down low every time to him.
You know, Italy plays a very simple game, nothing complicated. They like to go to the mismatches. They don't hardly play zone. Now Datome in the long court, Gallinari looking for Bellinelli. It's one-on-one, Bellinelli losing the handle, but Italy will keep possession. And the time down to just 2.2 seconds on the shot clock. Italy got to be in a hurry to throw up a shot.
Well, you can see right now a screen's going to be made for Bellinelli, but watch the Tommy as he comes off the screen, but to get it in, he's going to pull up a three.
And Angola grabbing the defensive board. Moraes on the attack, trying to put some pace behind that ball.
Jose Antonio with a nice crossover goes up. Yannick Marrera gotta finish it. Well, there you can see the big man already making himself a presence, going in for a second opportunity.
Well, making that play possible, of course, was that penetration. And Marrera making himself available for the offensive rebound and the putback. Hackett getting the screen, getting open.
Well, Paul Baliga just got away with an illegal screen right there. You can see, set it on Dominguez and just gave him a little bit of a bump. I mean, he's got to get himself a bit more mentally concentrated to this game. What a move here. But again, it's the second opportunity. Yannick Marrera just going in. That's what he needs to do if you're going to keep Angola in this game.
Marrera on the outside. That's Jose Antonio. And then Marrera pulling up for the shot, and that's in. Marrera now with 4 points in this game. He's got all the points scored by either team.
We talked about Yannick Marrera having to be a bit more of an offensive presence. You can see already getting himself in the game, but he's got to remember he's got to do this all night long if they're going to stay in this.
And Baliga now inside, passing it out. Here's Hackett with the open shot, not getting it to fall. Another possession here for Italy. You see Reggie Moore shadowing Paul Baliga underneath, and Hackett again taking the shot. This time ringing the bell. Daniel Hackett from the outside.
Well, Daniel Hackett struggled early, but you can see the confidence in his jump shot. No matter what, good shooters, they'll just keep shooting the basketball.
Moraes again with the possession against Bellinelli. Angola trying to whip that ball around. Then the penetration. Looks like a foul going up.
Well, Jose Antonio is doing something really well. Every time he gets the basketball, he's attacking the basket. He might not have a clear lane, but if he just goes aggressively, you can see he's going to get fouled. But again, Daniel Hackett there pulling up for three right in the face of Yannick Marrera.
Here's Jose Antonio. And back in the game against Serbia the other day, Antonio finishing with 6 points, 2 out of 3 from the field, and 2 out of 3 from the line, missing his first free throw. Every free throw counts in this high-level competition of the World Cup.
Well, that's exactly what you said. It all counts. The professional basketball players, you got to make your free throws. You never want to look back on the game and think the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws.
1 out of 2 there for Jose Antonio. Ball moving around, wide open. And a ball fake here from Bellinelli. And you see the smarts of Marco Bellinelli. Penetrating, seeing the defense was coming towards him. He could have opted in midair to pass off, but he decided to take the shot because he knew he was going to get contact and he was going to go to the line. Nice move there by Marco Bellinelli.
Well, they changed the call now because Bellinelli was not in the process of shooting. He was actually dishing it off. So Coach Voigt there making a very presence heard. Good decision by the officials.
And he actually tried to improvise in midair to try to take a shot and go to the foul line, but referees did bite on that one. Here's Bellinelli. And a foul here by Moraes. Bellinelli, they're setting screens for him. They want to make him open. But you know, he's also playing a decoy role here for Italy as he's coming off the screens. He may not exactly be looking to shoot. He may be looking to pass.
Well, that's always a headache because they've probably got him on the scout report, but every time the screen's set for Bellinelli, you've got a wide open Gallinari, Paul Baliga. Oh my Lord! He goes down the lane and he rips it down. What a play!
Gallinari putting the step on Reggie Moore. No Angola defender to stop him from making that kind of a shot. All right.
Well, that's a good
and
pass
that's
now.
Antonio. Deep in the corner, not there. Big rebound here by Gallinari.
Well, that's a better play from Angola. Good penetration, wide open shooter, but now they got Gallinari for three. Gallinari sinks it from downtown. Big man coming out on fire like he did against the Philippines.
And Marrera, he's got to put his hands up. Gallinari's going to take that shot. If that shot is not going to be challenged, almost 100% conversion. Here we go.
Oh, gets the block.
And there's a foul by Marrera on the attack. Paul Baliga. on the runway, trying to get a transition basket, but fouled by Moreira. You watched this play earlier on with Danilo Gallinari getting away from Reggie Moore. No help defense on the part of Moreira. And then that shot right there by Gallinari from the outside. And the Italian fans, they're loving it. There we go with Paul Biliga at the line. And Biliga and his teammate Abudu Abbas were the only players on the Italian lineup that played all 12 games in the FIBA Europe World Cup qualifiers. There's the shots, the points coming from Biliga.
Now you can see Hackett's putting all sorts of pressure on Domingos, not letting him bring the ball up, so Angola could have a problem. Reggie Moore having the play point, but Carlos Moraes got to get open now, got to get himself involved.
Nice pick and roll play, but the ball did go back to Moreira after setting the screen for Moraes. And there's a foul against Italy. By the way, Angola now in the penalty. Still a lot of time left. 6:21 to go in this first quarter.
Carlos Moraes, as you can see, pulls up for this three-pointer. Has to be Angola's best player because he's the only one that really can create things, get him into the penalty, get them going to the free throw line. Domingo steps back for a three in the corner. Domingos, nothing but net, right in the face of Hackett. You gotta love that play.
Big shot there coming from Domingos. A lot of heart behind that shot, considering that Hackett enjoying a height advantage. Got on the outside, it looks like a foul. And Italy now will be at the line.
Well, Hackett just took a shoulder of Reggie Moore to the face. Unintentional, obviously, but he looks to be okay. But that was a hard knock. But here's a three-pointer. I mean, what do you think about that, Deepa? Getting your shot off quick.
Well, the left-handed shot coming from Domingos. Hackett didn't know it was coming. Probably thought he was going to pass off. But Domingos rather, quickly getting off the shot, and Hackett at the line. As we mentioned earlier, Angola already in the penalty. Here we go with Hackett. Hackett standing 6'6", 1 meter and 99. As you see the Italian players. You see Della Valle, who had 17 points in that Italy win over the Philippines the other day.
Well, the free throw shooting tonight hasn't been so strong so far.
Here's Angola whipping it around. And again, Biliga with a deflection. Oh! And then the throwdown. Whoa!
Biliga!
And he's making it happen. He's anticipating that pass to Moreira. He's got good, quick, active hands. The deflection, the steal, and then the dunk on the offensive end.
Well, he's got to finish that move in the low block. I mean, it was a strong way to power himself, but again, that's an easy bucket.
There's Mingus at 40 years old, the oldest player in the World Cup competition, up against Gallinari. Gallinari with a twist, and there's going to be a foul. Gallinari knows that Angola is in the penalty, and Mingus giving him the foul at the post. And take a look at this move by Biliga. The deflection and the steal, and then the easy 2 points.
Oh, he lets you know. He lets you know.
Paul Biliga. He's a man in the mission in this one.
So I got to tell you, Dean, every time Gallinari gets in the low block, he's been guarded now, where there's Yannick Moreira before that, but nobody can guard him. And at that point, Angola's got to take a chance to go over and double team him, force him. But then the problem they got then is you got wide open shooters from the perimeter, because now they're in the penalty. Any foul will send Italy to the free throw line.
Well, excellent point, Josh. And Reggie Moore taking his seat after giving up that foul earlier, and Gallinari putting in the points. It's been a competitive game so far. Oh, Domingos losing the handle. Now Bellinelli has possession.
Well, turnovers right now are what cost Angola. Well, Bellinelli pulls up for a quick three.
Ooh, what a shot!
Oh, you gotta love it.
Oh, whoa! Bellinelli with a nice floating motion as he got off that shot. Moreira demanding possession. There's no
Yannick
double
goes
team.
baseline. Oh, Yannick, you gotta go up with it.
Mingus, oh, he lost control.
Wrong
And here
way,
we
Tom.
go again, the turnover. Hackett, oh, it's going to be an easy 2 points right there. Again in transition. Playing excellent defense at one end. And that defense is fueling Italy's transition attack. We've got a timeout on the floor. But before that, whoa, what a shot right here.
I mean, he practically hangs in the air when he takes that jump shot.
Unbelievable motion, unbelievable stroke by Bellinelli. Watch it right here again. Oh, timeout on the floor, right here in Foshan. Angola taking the timeout. As you see, the American coach Will Boyd talking to his players, wanting to stop Italy's momentum. Italy now sprinting to a 16-8 lead. It's an 8-0 blast by Italy, coming from an 8-all deadlock.
Well, this team has got to be less predictable, as you said already, Dean. I mean, you can see they're making the passes, and as you mentioned already, Italy know the passes are going there. Go back door, do something else, be more creative, read what the defense is playing against you.
Oh, without a doubt, Angola must be less predictable in this one. Those long arms of Italy and the anticipation that they showed in that big win over the Philippines the other day, we're seeing it back on the floor. Tremendous chemistry also being shown here by Italy, in spite of the fact that Gallinari and Bellinelli never played a single game in the qualifiers, but they're coming on strong here in the World Cup.
All the way, all the way! Oh my Lord! He throws it down! What a dunk!
And you know, that's the kind of aggressiveness that Angola needs. They cannot afford to play rather loosely against Italy. They've got to play with a lot of heart. They cannot be intimidated by the size and the talent level of the Italian team. You watch it right here.
Just find the gaps, go up, rip the ring down, big man.
Leonel Paulo, who had an excellent game against Serbia the other day with 10 points, and Paulo attacking that rim and bringing it home. Hackett back of the line. Boy, that penalty situation really working against Angola, giving up a lot of free throws right here in the first quarter.
I mean, they got into penalty. We hadn't even played full 4 minutes of basketball here in the first quarter. And now, again, you're saying, great point, that it's costing them, because now Italy, they're just getting a buffet at the free throw line. And as well as that, Italy hasn't made all their free throw shots.
Daniel Hackett, and you know that his father, Rudy Hackett, played briefly in the NBA, also played in the American Basketball Association. So father American, his mother Italian, and now playing on the national team, Daniel Hackett. A fixture in the point guard position for the Italian national team.
Carlos Moraes now looking for Gaspard again. He's looking for Yannick Moreira. Leno going all the way again. Bit of contact all the way.
A lot of foul, a lot of contact rather, in that situation. And Italy called for the foul. No shooting situation that time. So it'll be a sideline throw in here for Angola. But you gotta like what Leonel Paulo doing right here. And the improvisation in midair.
Well, absolutely. I mean, look, every time he's getting the ball in this dribble handoff play, he's got one thing on his mind, attack the basket, but it looks like he's going off with an injury at the moment, which is going to be a big loss for Angola.
You take a look at Paul Baliga and players on the floor. Now, we did see it earlier on your screens, but yes, as Josh mentioned, it looks like Leonel Paulo might have hurt himself in a drive to the basket, so he's being brought over to the bench. You see him right there. Action continuing. Moraes with a nice pass. Oh, Mingus losing possession. Mingus is saying that he was hit on the face. No call. And then a turnover against Angola. Another chance here for Italy to expand this lead.
Come out the game now. Mingus is signaling to the referee he's got blood or something.
Well, if there is blood, they need to be able to stop this. If there is blood. Doesn't look like the referees are seeing that there is. Here's Gallinari at the low post. He's being double teamed. And they're whipping it around. Vitali. Gallinari coming straight through. Missing the shot from close distance. Now it's Moraes. A lot of contact in that play. Moraes going in. And he lost control. Nice defense. Nice transition D by Italy. Bellinelli. He's crowded there.
A lot of reaching going on right now. You can see both sets of players getting a little bit frustrated. Gallinari thought he got fouled down one end, along with Carlos Moraes, but
there's the switch. Mingus against Bellinelli. Bellinelli getting away from Mingus. Mingus, no lateral movement that time. Bellinelli realizing that Mingus is more of a power player. Now, they're calling a technical timeout here because Mingus is saying that there is blood. And that's the reason why they're calling this timeout, making the referees know it. Now he's being replaced by the big guy, Validich Joachim. He's known as Vander. He's all of 6'10", that's 2 meters and 9. Bellinelli in the screens, shouting out instructions to his teammates. Reggie Moore back on the floor here for Angola.
Well, Vander's coming into this game now. One way he can help out is just going for any second opportunities. I mean, Angola are fighting for every basket, but the second chances could keep minute.
Here's Vander on the outside. There's Gerson Gonzalez. And he attacks, he'll go to the line.
Well, that's a lot better now. You can see Gerson just attacking the basket, as well as what Antonio did earlier here in the first quarter.
And here's that move right there by Gonzalez. Nice move, and Vitali committing that contact and the foul. Free throws coming up here, missing the shot for Gerson Gonzalez. 6'4", that's 1 meter 93.
Well, the free throw shooting is poor from both teams right now. Angola 2 for 4, while Italy 4 for 8. You think about how well Italy shot the ball against the Philippines the other night. They haven't really sparked it from the perimeter.
Gentili now on the floor for Italy. And there's the shot taken by Bellinelli. He was clipped in the arm. He will go to the line. That was a 3-point attempt, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Well, now you can see Reggie Moore going after Jose Antonio, just saying to him, look, why are you jumping after him? Just put a hand up.
Exactly. You don't foul a jump shooter, especially way from the outside. And that was a beautiful screen set up there for Bellinelli by Jeff Brooks. And that kind of communication that the Italian team is showing is the reason why they're playing with so much chemistry, so much coordination. And that's what you love in basketball, because that teamwork, that feeling of playing as a cohesive unit is what makes this game so beautiful. And that's why we keep on saying, hey, we've got game. The world's got game right here in the 18th FIBA World Cup.
Absolutely, Dean. And one thing you got to remember, I mean, you mentioned, of course, that Bellinelli, Gallinari, Datome haven't featured much in the qualifiers because they're out playing in America. Well, Datome's out playing in Turkey right now, but, you know, Awudu Abbas, Ariel Foloi, Paul Paliga, they've been with this team for a long time, along with Vitali. They understand their roles, and they know, you know what, we carried this team during the qualifiers, but now what? These guys have come in, we're going to play alongside them now. And again, it's just that communication, understanding between them.
Bellinelli now back on the bench for a rest. His spot taken over by Villavale. Moraes covered here by Gallinelli. Reggie Moore. You want Reggie Moore to take a few more shots. He had 2 3-point connections in that game against Serbia. The outside shot not falling. Jose Antonio with a miss. Here's Jeff Brooks from the outside.
Well, they got to box out right now because that's going to kill him all night long. Good ball movement as Della Valle steps back for a big 3. Well, right now, Italy just wants it more.
Gentile getting that screen from Brooks, getting the jump on his defenders. And look at that easy shot. What a move. Putting the ball on the floor, and Gentile creating the space and separation that he needed to get that shot off. What a move. And there's Antonio over to Vander. Vander's got to be a lot closer to the basket so he can get that ball.
Oh, got to go up with that.
Taking the shot with just 2 seconds on the shot clock. Not a good shot to take. Gallinari pulling it down.
Going all the way with the Euro step, bangs in off the backboard, misses it, but nobody's going for any offensive rebounds right now for Angola. Right now, Vander's by himself, and that's a good move. Antonio's got to make that.
Antonio missing from deep. Shots not falling here for either side. But Angola with only 11 points marked in this quarter. Time running down here in the first quarter.
Gentile bumps now, gets in again, another misled, but well, they turn it over again, and Della Valle makes a bit of contact, no foul called.
Referees are letting the players play. And here we go. Gonçalves with the basketball. He knows that this is last shot time in the quarter for Angola. Vitali right on Gonçalves. And now it's Moraes against Gallinari. Oh, what a matchup.
Take him on, man. Give him a cross-up all the way. Put up a little floater off the glass. Oh! Tough play there, but good shot by Carlos Moraes to get to the bucket.
He had a good shot at the basket. He just missed it. And the first quarter has ended 25 for Italy, 11 for Angola. Competitive game so far. It's going to be an exciting second quarter, I'm sure. Hang in there. Stay with us. The end of the first quarter. Check out some stats from the first quarter as Angola hitting 43% and Italy a high 60%. 2 3-point connections for Italy and only 1 for Angola from deep. And some highlights of first quarter action is Danilo Gallinari getting away from Reggie Moore with a slammer. And then Daniel Hackett pulling up for a 3-point jumper, nothing but net, and Gallinari again ripping the shreds. And then hitting that outside shot as the Italian fans showing their delight. There's the outside shot coming from Dominguez. Some exciting action that we've seen here. And Gigi Datome with a lead pass to Hackett, and then Hackett finding himself wide open for the easy 2 points. Biliga with the deflection, the steal, and then nobody home for that slam dunk. A lot of action we've seen so far in the first quarter. We're going to see a lot more in the second quarter. Coming right up.
Well, one thing that worked for Angola in the first quarter was that started the game off very aggressively, attacking the basket. And then what happened towards the latter stage, as soon as they got into the foul trouble, the defense became very congested because everybody's married to the three-point line. You got to spread out, give your penetrators a bit more room to make some things happen. You can see right now, Vander's in the lineup. It's the same lineup as they finished the first quarter.
Vander on the outside, giving it over to Dominguez, whipping that ball around. Now Vander is inside. That's the kind of position that you want from Vander. Inside a shaded area, getting the ball, and then going for the jump hook off the glass. Vander with his first 2 points. Gentile on the outside, being defended by Antonio. Gentile, nice move, but not there. Oh, a nice tap coming from Jeff Moore. Good activity underneath the basket. Or rather, Jeff Brooks.
Well, you know what? That was Reggie Moore there because the shot went up. They got the miss from Gentile, but you know, you can't watch the ball when it goes up. You got to put a hand on it. But again, look at this high-low play. And again, Vander so quickly, doesn't think about it, turns around, just a little jump hook.
And he's got that height. He needs to impose his ceiling close to the basket, and that's exactly what he did in that shot. Dominguez, the point guard, bringing down the ball. Nice pick, and then they go to the outside guy, Vander, at the low block, up against Jeff Brooks. There you go.
Great defense by Brooks. Excellent job there to deny Vander.
He's got to be quicker when he's going for the shot off the low block.
Well, the officials called him over the back there, and that's a very, very good call because you can see Brooks has jumped not only over Vander, but also for Reggie Moore there.
Jeff Brooks called for over that. Take a look at this block right here by Jeff Brooks, as Vander thought he had an opening for a layup shot, and he was foiled as Reggie Moore doing the inbound. And Moraes up against Gentile on the switch. Now it's Brooks. Italy playing a zone defense.
He's got a mismatch. He's got to go to work. I mean, he's on the left side of the basket. He's trying to back down with his right hand. Use your left, power down. You get an offensive foul, let him call it.
I thought good job there by Italy. Not known to play the zone defense, but then playing the zone defense, catching Angola off guard, and they didn't have post position. When you're working against a zone, you need to whip that ball, moving around. You're not going to get good post position against a 2-3 zone.
Well, I think the Italians are also playing the zone because they want Angola to shoot the three, but again, we'll see how this game plays out. Valle now with only 6 on the shot clock. He's got to get a shot up.
Man down underneath. Could be a 3-second violation against Italy as Vitali was inside. And here we go with Angola. Angola doing a good job defensively that time. Oh, what a move here by Domingos, but not getting the foul. There you go again. There's Vander. Imposing his strength.
Offensive rebounds, follow-ups. These are things that can keep Angola. Italy's got to be a bit more clinical. They got to start making some perimeter shots.
Vander already with 4 points in this game. He had 6 against Serbia. 12-point lead enjoyed here by Italy. And watch this move right here by Gentile.
Well, that's tough for me, Dean, because to me that looked like a clean block. But again, you always got to respect the official's decision. Good follow-up there by Vander.
Well, Domingos catching the attention of Jeff Brooks in that play. So the big man went over to Domingos, wide open offensive rebound for Vander, and the easy 2 points. And for Italy, I think they need a second big man just to make sure that they have a helper if in case the regular big man, the center, he's distracted by someone who's able to penetrate. Gigi Datome on the floor with Vitali, with Bellinelli, Jeff Brooks, and the man taking the free throws is Gentile, and he missed. Gentile not doing a good job from the free throw line.
Well, if you're a young player watching right now, you always talk about shooting from. Gentile holds the ball at the top of his head just a little too long, just kind of loses balance. There he's a bit better, but
missed it again. He was 3 out of 6 against the Philippines, and missing both free throws, and keeping this game close here for Angola. Vander on the outside. Here's the penetration, and then losing possession. It looks like Moraes is a marked man in this game.
No doubt. I mean, Dean, Reggie Moore was open, but also was a security guard over it as well.
But it's very clear that Italy studied that tape of Angola versus Serbia. And when they saw that Moraes scored 15 points in that contest, they're making sure that he doesn't get off his rhythm offensively in this one.
Well, that right there, that's Vander's fault because, he was in help side. He's got to step out. Bellinelli's going to get to the basket. You can't just stand there and give him a free runway. Step in and let the helper help you out.
That time, Jeff Brooks with a nice offensive rebound in the putback. Oh, Reggie Moore missing the layup shot. And looks like, there's a signal for an unsportsmanlike foul. Now, the referees are going to review this, possibly. Will they review it?
Well, that's a frustration foul. You can see Reggie Moore miss the layup, and what happened was, I believe it's going to be called on Vander, because Vander was blocked out. You see here, look, Vander's with the Datome.
That's right, he held him down.
Held him down. Good call by the official.
Yeah.
Excellent job.
And you can't do that when you're running up court. If you hang on to the jersey, or if you stop someone from going transition, you'll be called for the unsportsmanlike foul. So good call here by the referees. And Datome missing the free throw. Italy not finding the mark.
Dean, I got to tell you right now, Italy are only 2 for 8 from the perimeter. I mean, they were only either 100% or 1 missed 3-point shot in the game against the Philippines.
Unbelievable shooting against Philippines. Italy was 15 out of 31. That's 48% shooting from beyond the arc. Here's Daniel Hackett up against a much smaller defender, but that ball finding Bellinelli. Datome with the ball fake. Hackett thinking of shooting, and then the move by Gentile. Boy, that ball is moving around. And that's a 3-second violation on Jeff Brooks. A case of overpassing.
Absolutely. You can make it look beautiful. You can pass all day long. But you know what? You want to win this game, you got to shoot the ball. You won't win unless you buy a raffle ticket.
I thought Angola did a good job defensively that time, taking away any easy shots from Italy, and that's why they kept moving that ball around.
Oh, absolutely. Credit to the Angolan defense. I mean, they are working harder.
Oh, nice pass
Under the back.
inside.
Gets
by Mingus.
rejected!
Oh!
My word! Brooks said, not in my house.
But Mingus with a nice entry pass, but Moreira just didn't get good position to be able to get off a shot and anticipated by Italy. Brooks is doing a great job playing interior defense.
Oh, another turnover now. What we got? What we got? What we got?
There we go. Oh, we missed it. He missed the handle. That would have been a wide open shot for Leonel Paolo. You know, he looked if there was an Italian defender coming towards him. You watch this block right here. Off the top by Jeff Brooks.
No way.
Moreira, he had elevated, and look at that, help defense by Brooks from behind. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Back in Foshan, as you take a look at the Italian fans, they're not looking too happy. They're seeing Angola putting up a tough stand here against Italy. Italy up by 15 points, but it's been a struggle. Italy not shooting the ball well from the outside. Italy not shooting the ball well from the free throw line.
Well, I think one thing, Angola's using their physicality right now to stay in this game. You know, Italy's a great team. You know, when you shoot so well like you did against the Philippines, they should know better. That's not going to happen every night. You're not going to shoot 80, 90% from three-point land. You got to mix it up, go to different options. And they'll figure it out, no doubt. But when you go against better teams, Dean, sometimes it might be too little too late to figure it out.
What you need also from Italy is they need to get that ball moving and finding the open man, but they have to do it with good precision.
Well, Angola now going to a man-to-man defense. They could be a player down here if they're not careful. Well, that's a problem when they play man-to-man, so they can't actually guard the Italian players. The zone, to me, felt like it was working. They were putting pressure.
Mingus getting a lot of playing time. They need him for that tough defense. And now he's up against Gigi Datome. Ball moving around. There's Gentile on the outside. Looks like a foul, an offensive foul.
Well, it's Dominguez, and it's again called on Hackett. Dominguez is causing problems for Hackett. Hackett not liking it. You can see he's staring down the official, but it's a good call. No doubt, it's definitely an offensive foul. Dominguez is just doing his job.
And Josh, that physicality you were mentioning that Angola needs to be able to show. It's showing up big time right now, causing some problems here against Italy. Some dribbling mastery right there. And Mingus with the offensive rebound, not there. And finally bringing it down. Brooks, yeah, but Hackett getting the ball. And Brooks getting it across. And Moreira all the way extended outside. Gentile with a pass. Ball fake here by Bellinelli. Gentile got it to go. That's a three-pointer right there from Alessandro Gentile.
Well, right now, Italy's got to work for everything. And this is good for Italy because when you go against good teams, it can only get much tougher.
Italy with a man-to-man defense right here. Oh, wide open shot, but not falling inside. Oh, offensive rebound.
Got to go up with the big man. Got to go up with
Moreira
it.
missing the inside shot. And Italy grabbing possession. Gentile with another shot, missing it. Oh, what a strip right there by Jeff Brooks. Taking it leisurely from the outside. That's a medium-range jumper. And Jeff Brooks saying, inside, man, inside.
Well, he's very lucky. He's a good player. He made it for a reason, but Dean, I think he missed that shot.
Yeah.
Been a bit of a problem, I reckon.
Shot clock to just reset that situation.
What Yannick's got to do. Take it in the low post, back down, go up with it, big man.
And missing it against Jeff Brooks. Brooks is doing an excellent job defending that inside. He's protecting the rim. He's making it tough for Moreira to get open for wide open shots.
Now Gigi Datome from downtown can't get it.
Now, he was 3 out of 3 from deep in that game against the Philippines. Barrera might have been pushed out of the play.
Yeah,
here's
definitely.
Bellinelli as a kick ball.
You can see Yannick Marrero as well, being very professional, not trying to make it too big deal, but for me, I definitely see he got pushed in the back, and there's the three-pointer that Brooks took after he stole the ball and just looked at the crowd.
And Danilo Gallinari signaling the 3 points. And Italy up now by 21 with 3:38 to go in the second quarter. Been an exciting game. Mingus now going back to the bench. Now, even if Italy is up by 21, you see that Angola's putting up a good fight.
Well, you're absolutely right. They're not throwing in the towel, of course, which we saw the other night against Serbia, but you can't fault that as well. Angola trying everything just to sort of stay in it.
You know, the passing of Italy is not as crisp as it was against the Philippines. There's movement without the basketball, and Datome forced to give it up. That's scrambling, that's recovery defense of Angola working really well here. But Gallinari losing possession. He did get that ball in his hands momentarily.
Mingus going all the way. Oh, Gallinari could have been fouled a few plays down, but you like what the officials are doing. They're just trying to let things go.
Lionel Paulo now going to the line. Nice slashing move by Paulo, and Vander checking back in to replace Barrera. You know, Angola is doing a good job defensively, forcing some turnovers against Italy, forcing some bad shots, but they got to be able to execute offensively. They're not getting the points on the board for Angola.
Well, they've missed a couple of good looks underneath right now. And, you know, Yannick Marrero, he's definitely trying. He's doing everything he can, and yeah, he's got to keep going at it. Sometimes it doesn't work, but, you know, you just got to keep going, keep pushing through it.
Here's Paulo for his second free throw. Lead is 20. Now 19. And looks like Datome's going back to the bench, and first time in the ball game for Tessitori, who did a solid job against the Philippines coming off the bench. Tessitori in that game had 9 points and 8 rebounds.
Well, Tessitori was a beast, no doubt. Hackett's wide open for three, and Hackett can't connect to it.
Here's Cipriano. Big things expected from Cipriano. He had 24 points in an Angola-friendly win over Croatia.
Down. Can't connect with it.
And here's Hackett trying to speed it up, looking for who's open. Bellinelli. And wide open, Gallinari. Is he going to miss? He does miss.
This is where Angola's got to capitalize now. They've got to get out on the break a lot quicker. Give it to Vander. Vander, just go to work.
Vander against Gallinari. A lot of physical action right there. And they called the offensive foul against Vander. Trying to be physical against Gallinari, and he's called for the contact. And watch it right here.
I got no problem with this right now because Vander's going at it, pushed him down. And, you know, great work by the officials. The officials act really quickly to step in and stop things from escalating. Two good players there, Gallinari, Vander, let him compete.
Gallinari going down. And Vander called for the offensive foul. Referee's on the ball on that one. And now in the game is Awudu Abbas. Bringing up the ball is Daniel Hackett. There's a switch. Bellinelli now on the outside. And Vander right there, Bellinelli stroking it, not getting it to fall. Abbas with the possession, and Cipriano deflecting that pass. Ball back to Italy.
We can see what happens right there. Angola's working so effortlessly and so hard on defense right now. That shot goes up. They all think, let's just take a breather right now, but they forget to put a body on everybody, and they lose yet another rebound. Well, Awudu Abbas, who does not shoot many three-pointers, all of a sudden he sinks the tray.
Abbas hitting from the outside. In that game against the Philippines, he took one shot from deep, missed, finishing with 2 points in that contest.
Vander now free lane, they got a man down, someone's open, takes it himself, goes in, gets the little teardrop to go. Well, the big man just showing his little penetration skills.
You like the action that he's showing. Vander with 6 points now in the contest. Bellinelli working on the outside, losing possession. Here we go.
Dean, here we go. Up, Bello.
Whoa, Paulo.
I must say, Dean, did disappoint me a little bit. I thought he was going to rip the ring down, but well done to Lionel.
And a timeout here called. Bellinelli talking to the officials saying that there was contact in that play. Well, we'll take a break after this timeout. Italy not very happy with a non-call. Back here in Foshan, as you see, Coach Romeo Sacchetti telling his boys, trying to fire up his boys, that hey, they're up by 18 points, but this Angola team is fighting back. They're playing good defense, they're just not able to execute offensively, and so far they've only scored 21 points. But this man, Vander, has been a thorn on the side of Italy, getting that ball to fall inside, already with 6 points. You want him to be more active offensively. Here's Bellinelli losing the handle and losing possession, and Lionel Paulo streaking to the front court and scoring in transition. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Gallinari over to Tessitori. Looking for a backdoor play. Bellinelli. That shot falls in. That's a three-pointer. 21-point lead now by Italy. Reggie Moore.
Cipriano now pulls up the three-pointer. That's way off the mark.
Not a good shot. A lot of time here for Italy. Angola probably thinking of a 2-on-1 situation, 2-for-1.
Well, 3 seconds now difference between the game clock and shot clock, so now he's going to go pick and roll here with Tessitori. Kapoli gets knocked out. Gallinari now down low. Tessitori, way to spot him. Got to go up with it.
Got it to fall inside.
Well, Angola's got 3 seconds. They got to get the ball in quick. I mean, that's just... They could have got the ball up the court a lot quicker than knowing what was going on, but that's how we end the first half, Dean.
44 for Italy, 21 for Angola. Angola fighting it out, slugging it out, playing tough defense, showing a lot of physicality. Italy, not exactly as sharp as it was against the Philippines, but good enough to open a 23-point lead heading into the second half. Some interesting stats here from first half action. 50% shooting by Italy, already with 6 3-point connections. Angola, not a single 3-point connection in the second quarter, finishing with 1. And in the assist department, Italy only with 4 assists, considering they had 30 against the Philippines for the whole game. We'll be right back. Here we go with some statistics here. Our top scorers so far: Bellinelli, the only player from either side in double figures, and Vander with 6 points. Josh, good performance here for Vander.
Well, no doubt, man, he's using his physicality in the low post. He did get that offensive foul called in, but you know what? Fouls like that, they're not too bad if you give up one of them, because what it does, it sends a message to Gallinari. Hey, man, you're going to deal with me tonight, and I'm going to be very tough with you. But no doubt, Gallinari's going back down the other end, and he's giving him the same message.
We'll take a break here at halftime. We'll be back for third quarter action.
Showtime! 18 in the game for Mbai. Oh, Gobert going to the heavens to shut down Germany.
Over Lopez, can't get it to go. Smart pulls it down. Mitchell crossing over. Mitchell! They're on their feet here in Shanghai. Look out on the runway! Rui Hachimura pounds it home and screams in the face of Ilya Silva. Korkmaz inside, Ilya Silva back on the floor now after a short rest. Pulls up. Oh! First hand Korkmaz. Where did he come from with the hammer?
There's Giannis now getting the steal, goes behind the back, going all the way through, up and in, and throws it down. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That really is the trademark move, the power through, just a pure upper body strength, and then gives a little bit of a flex to the crowd.
My parents gave me away, so I had no purpose in this life. Yeah. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way.
And back here in Foshan for second half action between Italy and Angola. And in the first half, Josh, we saw Angola play tough defense, holding Italy down to just 44% shooting from the field. Unfortunately for Angola, while it's getting the job done defensively, offensively, they're not really on track. They're shooting only 27% from the floor.
Yeah, well, right now they're only 1 for 3 from the perimeter and only 32% from within the rainbow. So Angola, I mean, they're doing their job. They're frustrating Italy, but at the same time, they're just not producing anything on the offense at the moment. And Carlos Moraes, as you mentioned, Dean, in the first half, he's a marked man. They know what he's about. So you take him out of the game, and Angola, well, they've got to go to other options now.
Well, Josh, you mentioned Moraes. He hasn't even scored a point in this game. And you know, what you like about Angola's defense is that it has prevented Italy from whipping that ball around and finding the open man. Against the Philippines, Italy compiled 30 assists. In this game so far, Italy 4 assists. Angola, however, not able to get the job done in that same department with only 2 dimes in this game.
Well, Italy's getting frustrated right now because they aren't making their perimeter shots, and this is a good lesson for them because even though they came out like a house on fire against the Philippines, they've got to realize now that, you know what, we're not making three-point shots. We've got to go to other options right now. Throw the ball down to Gallinari or just drive to the basket, because when you go up against Serbia, Australia, the United States, it's not going to be a cake of a ride.
And Bellinelli has been the most successful, the most productive Italian player so far in this game with 11 points in 15 minutes. But the man who was the Italian player of the previous game against Italy, or rather against the Philippines, Gigi Datome, so far in this game, just 1 point in 14 minutes, while against the Philippines, he had 17 points in 16 minutes. Tremendous offensive efficiency by Datome against the Philippines. But here against Angola, he's just falling flat.
Well, Gigi Datome, one of the greatest in Europe, renowned for his jump shot. We could see a different second half, and this is what great basketball players are all about. We see this all the time. Another half to play, but who knows? Maybe Angola, they can keep up the physicality. We'll see here pretty soon.
Well, here in the FIBA World Cup, we want to be able to welcome everyone who's watching all over the world. We know that we're being carried by over 160 countries. We've got 60 media broadcast partners. 20 cameras are in this arena catching the action for you, and it's an amazing experience we have here in the FIBA World Cup. We've got game, the world's got game, and right here, second half action coming up. These guys have game. It's Angola versus Italy. Italy sitting on a 23-point lead.
Well, if we look at this matchup right, Dominguez, he was causing Hackett some few problems here in the first half. Now, Carlos Moraes all over Bellinelli. You got to like this from Angola, right in the face of the Italians.
Daniel Hackett looking for an open Gallinari. There's the fade, and he comes straight in.
Gallinari just went baseline, and he gives it a monster dunk.
You know, Angola respecting his outside shot. Little bit of a ball fake coming from Gallinari, and the Angolan defense was completely wiped out from the perimeter. Gallinari putting the ball on the floor, going straight in for the dunk. Trying to keep the ball alive, Dominguez running out of real estate. And Italy now with possession.
Well, Dean, I want to see a replay of that because he took a baseline. I mean, look at this. It's a pump fake, couple of dribbles, and it's Italian Airlines.
All the way home for Gallinari down the baseline after that ball fake. Gallinari again with a ball fake. This time, door shot on him, not able to penetrate. Bellinelli, a ball fake, off-balance shot, almost had it.
Sometimes I just try to calculate and figure how he gets these shots off, and then he almost made that one. How he even still gets them to go. Well, Dominguez now trying a bit of trickery inside the lane, and look at some of the dish off. It gets rejected.
Not in that situation. Gallinari knew exactly what Dominguez wanted to happen.
Well, I know Gallinari speaks perfect English, but I think he looked at Dominguez. He said, "I know you understand Italian. No in mio casa."
Danilo Gallinari, earlier getting the job done offensively, that time getting the job done defensively. What a two-way player.
Well, Gallinari had a lot of positive words to speak about Angola in the press conference afterwards. He respects his team very much, and you can see tonight,
Antonio getting the shot to drop, getting the contact from Baliga.
Well, Jose just going in with his left, just makes a little bump with Baliga, just throws up a little prayer drop, and you can see that is just beautiful play.
Josh Antonio at the line, 29 years old. And in the qualifiers, he actually played 9 games for Angola, averaging 6.4 points. And we did mention he had 24 points when Angola beat Croatia 93-73 in a friendly prior to the FIBA World Cup.
I mean, you look at him, he's about 6'5", he's at least a meter 96. One thing you just add to his game and make him a very explosive player is if he can shoot the three. I mean, he's not a bad three-point shooter, but he's got to keep looking. Now, Angola, you can see going back to a man-to-man defense. Will this punish them?
Now, Jeff Brooks has checked in for Baliga, who just committed a foul earlier. Daniel Hackett penetrating, looking for Datome. Datome getting it in.
Well, Dean, you mentioned as well, Gigi Ditome didn't look like a threat in the first half, but great shooters. They'll just keep shooting the basketball.
And credit, of course, that basket, not just to Ditome, but a beautiful pass down to the packet. And Marrera wide open for the slammer.
Well, that's the Yannick Marrera I knew that was champion of Europe this year.
Bellinelli missing the shot and then getting the offensive rebound, putting it back in. He'll go to the line for a three-point play opportunity.
Well, Dean, you're an author, of course, and you're a great writer. I think you should write a book on just how the Bellinelli works, because these shots, he doesn't even look at the basket. I mean, they're impossible shots. This guy...
I want to call him the miracle man. He's had some tremendous shots so far in the World Cup. And in the Philippines, he made a circus shot, he made a miracle shot, and this time he's continuing that tradition. Bellinelli.
I'm going to hold you to that name.
Player.
The miracle man. I'm going to hold you to that. That's brilliant.
And here we go. Angola on the attack.
Well, things getting very physical now with Hackett and Dominguez.
Reggie Moore.
Yannick Marrera wants the basketball. Give it to the big man.
And nobody to contest Gallinari from plucking down that rebound.
Dean, Yannick Marrera was posting up, had a mismatch in the low block. Neither Moraes or Dominguez even looking to give the ball to the big fella. Just feed the bear, let him go to work.
Got to keep that ball moving. And Coach Mayo Sacchetti telling his boys the same thing. Move that ball around. We were talking to him the other day, and he was saying how pleased he was with the way Italy played against the Philippines, both offensively and defensively. Moving that ball around, finding the open man with a lot of crisp passing. And he wants the same kind of display right here in the second half against Angola.
Oh, Gallinari's got to shoot that. That's from way out. Again, giving up too many rebounds now. Bellinelli, no way, surely not.
That would have been another miracle shot if it entered. And here we go, Moraes.
Well, Moraes got to take that wide open. Go for it.
That's a nice shot.
Somehow, some way, he avoids the denial. A good shot there by Carlos Moraes.
And that's just his first 2 points in the game. Someone who scored 15 points last time out.
Well, Hackett now goes in with a beautiful finger roll. Gets in and around, and nice finish by the point guard.
You're seeing a lot better offense now, both ends of the floor.
Oh,
both for Italy and Angola. Nice jump shot right there, not falling for Reggie Moore. That was in rhythm.
Scoreline suggests otherwise, but it's been a good game so far.
Marco Bellinelli. Watch him with the ball outside to Ditome. And then Bellinelli with a nice ball fake. Doesn't get it to fall. But look at Gallinari chasing it down. Here's Bellinelli once more. Got it! Got it! On the second attempt from Gallinari. Bellinelli ringing the bell.
Well, that's what happens if you don't box out. You just give up too many rebounds. In Italy, they just keep going for it.
Moraes.
Oh, just give it to him. Give it to Yannick Marrera.
And Ditome playing good denial defense. And Reggie Moore trying to seal his man.
We got numbers in
Rather
transition
weak.
now.
Wide open shot here for Ditome. He's not going to miss from that distance. And Angola forced to suit for time, as now Italy up by 31 points. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back.
Okay, so contra trocas, vera posta.
Check out some stats so far here. Bench scoring, Italy 17-13, second chance points.
Let's go.
Big margin 17-10.
Zip if you like it, zip.
And the points of turnover is 15-2. Coach Will Voigt of Angola Mapping out the play again, wanting to break the momentum that Italy has opened up here in the second half. Della Valle checking in for Italy. Datome stays on the floor. Abbas is there. Jeff Brooks checking in for Italy as well. And the Italian fans liking what they're seeing. It's a 31-point lead by Italy. And watch it right there. The pass coming from Gallinari and Bellinelli ringing the bell with a three-pointer. And Datome. Not a contested shot. That was from inside the painted area. And from 10 feet, Datome is not going to miss.
Well, Datome is one of the best mid-range shooters in the game here in Europe. You saw that in his brief stint in the NBA, but again, you just can't give him any time and space.
Marco Bellinelli with 17 points now. 5 rebounds and 1 assist.
Excellent defense by Hackett all over Carlos Moraes.
Jab step right there from Moraes.
Oh,
what a difficult shot.
That's the finger roll all the way.
Whoa. Degree of difficulty, you want to say that might be an 8, maybe a 9.
I'm going 9.5 on that one.
Moraes now with 2 field goals here in the third quarter. Datome over to Abbas. He hit a 3-pointer earlier. Daniel Hackett.
6 on the shot clock now. It's got to get something going. It's got to pull up. Surely not all the way.
Almost a shot. Almost the shot. But Daniel Hackett will go to the line. Shot clock running out in Italy. Hackett, the point guard, knew exactly how much time was left. Look at that shot, a circus shot right there by Moraes. And finding the mark and drawing applause from the appreciative Angolan fans. Daniel Hackett at the line.
We gotta love it. We got fans here from Italy. We got fans from Angola. And this is what the World Cup's all about. Everybody coming together here in the great city of Foshan.
Now, isn't it nice, Josh? We're seeing players, athletes, fans from different countries all getting together.
Oh, no doubt about that. I mean, even in the Philippines game, we had diplomats. We had the
president of the Philippines, no less.
And not only that, he's coming wearing, he was wearing T-shirts and hoodies of the national team. I love that.
Vitali checking in here for Italy. Della Valle really putting the pressure here on Gonçalves.
Well, Della Valle played very well in the game against the Philippines. And again, he's going to work as hard as he can because he's got to prove a point to get himself in the mix. Yannick Moreira now just turns over on the basket.
Mingus right there. Right place, right time for the 40-year-old Mingus. Now, we were talking about his story in the previous games that Angola played against Serbia. That this is Mingus' 5th World Cup, and this will be his last. He's retiring from World Cup action after this. Look at that spin move by Jeff Brooks. He's been impressive from the get-go. Jeff Brooks getting it done with a spin move.
Well, no doubt about it. I mean, Brooks, for me, becomes an enforcer and a protector around the basket, but now we're seeing him go to work. He shot a couple of three-pointers as well. Kearney goes all the way and just kisses that one off the glass.
Oh, what a shot by Gerson Gonçalves. Datome on the outside. There's Della Valle. Datome once more. Is he going to go up against Moraes?
He step back from 15. Mr. Automatic.
Whoa. Datome hitting it over Moraes. Now he's making up for his one-point production in the first half. That's for sure.
No doubt about it.
Here's a strip job by Italy.
Good ball movement now.
And Della Valle all day to take aim. And he wasn't going to miss from the corner that time. Now the defense of Angola is just falling apart. It's just in total collapse at this point.
Well, not only that, the offense as well, all walking over the half line. The body language just says it all.
Yeah.
Yannick Moreira spins around. Moreira goes all the way. Yannick Moreira just going to work. And that's the Yannick Moreira Angola needs if they're going to stay in any type of game.
I'll tell you, Angola did very well defensively in the first half. I thought their offense sucked. But here in the second half, it's been the reverse. Angola doing a good job offensively, but their defense not able to stop Italy from scoring. And Abbas, three-pointer, missed. but almost an offensive rebound here by Abbas. Deflection there by Vitali, stopping the fast break attack by Angola.
Right now, Angola just forcing the issue too much. I mean, look, a couple of players down there. It's a 4-on-3 situation, but now we got Vanda and Dominguez back in the lineup.
And that spin move by Jeff Brooks. Pretty as a pitcher. And a lot of shuffling here of faces on the Angolan side. Moreira sitting down. Vander is back in. He had a solid first half with 6 points. And Jeff Brooks has been, as we said, a man in the mission, both offensively and defensively in this one.
Well, Vander now's got Tessitore, got him. He's got to set the screen, go straight to the basket.
Moraes, oh, he was blocked. That was easy.
Moraes' shoe has come off.
That's right, his shoe is right there in the quarter court. There he is, putting back on the shoe. And you can't miss that shoe. I mean, it's resplendent. You see that shoe got left behind as he made that move towards the basket.
Very fluorescent, yeah.
Yeah. You certainly won't miss it. All right, now that the shoe is back on, action will continue. 1:50 to go here in the third quarter as Italy has opened up a 32-point lead.
Oh, they got breakaway now. That's an unsportsmanlike foul, surely.
They'll call it. Will they call it, or will it be a regular?
And again, Dean, I got to tell you, 3 officials we got on the court. Excellent job stepping right in the middle of any confrontations there. You can see Vitali, Moraes. Things just getting a little bit heated there, but again.
Yeah, he was slapping.
Credit to the officials. They're going to review the play now.
Let's listen to the review by the referees.
Let's see. Let's go to right here.
So, yeah, he's gonna play a ball.
What do you see? What?
C1.
Okay, so we have an unsportsmanlike foul.
So red ball is already
white
in
7.
the hands. Yeah, and he just tried to stop without any attempt to play the ball.
Sounds good. So we're gonna go on sportsmanlike foul here. Our shooter is number 6.
Number 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Okay. We're white after white 7, unsportsmanlike foul. 2 shots for number 6.
And here we go. The unsportsmanlike foul has been called. And Steven Anderson, the referee from the U.S., calling it against Vitali. And Vitali actually hit him in the back of the head. Now, that had to be an unsportsmanlike foul.
No doubt about it. I mean, Steven Anderson, Martins, Kozlovskis are 2 referees. But again, I got to give a lot of credit to our referee from Kazakhstan, Yevgeny Mikheyev. He was first to step in and between those players and stop there being any confrontations whatsoever. Again, great officiating team we got here tonight.
And of course, you have to applaud FIBA for its IRS, the instant replay system.
No doubt about it. Makes a world of difference being able to go back to that.
And you know, you can review a foul, upgrade it, downgrade it, and you got to call it right. And with that IRS system now in application, I think that's a huge credit for FIBA.
And Moraes now can't capitalize now. Olu Abbas comes up with a loose ball. He's got Della Valle. Vitali off a screen, spots Tessitore under the basket.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Tessitore with a beautiful pass underneath and a cut down the baseline on the reverse. Abbas.
Well, Dominguez has got to work harder to get open now because Della Valle is going to put the full court man-to-man pressure all over him.
Right
look
here.
pass, high-low. You got to love this play. Olu Abbas.
On the reverse, down the baseline. And beautiful recognition on the part of Tessitore, who knew exactly where Abbas was going to be. And that's the point we were making earlier, Josh, about the coordination and chemistry of the Italian national basketball team. Moraes, missing the shot, but he was right there on the penetration.
Paolo.
He was scoring.
And again, look at that as well. Brooks, they now pat each other on the back. Gotta love it.
Watch it right here, Paolo, putting the ball on the floor. And then the aggressive move, getting past Jeff Brooks and getting the foul from behind. And Jeff Brooks saying, good job, man, good job. What can I do?
Well, Brooks knocked him over, and pardon me, Lynn out going in like a Terminator, just no regard for anybody. Makes the three-point play.
An even 30-point lead here enjoyed by Italy. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Della Valle being defended by Dominguez. Vitali getting the pick from Brooks. Brooks, looking for the low post situation. And we were just talking about the coordination that time, poor communication.
Absolutely, but Vitali's got to come off the screen and make himself look like an offensive threat. Everybody knows he's going to pass the ball. There's no pass there, drive to the basket. Don't throw the ball away. And Moraes now wants to go at him. You can see the last few plays just attack the basket. Here he goes again, but turns it out well. We got a 2-on-1 here, Dean. What have we got? Abbas spinning in and around. Brooks can't follow it up.
Big defensive rebound by Angola on that botched play. Italy had numbers in that situation. Couldn't get the ball to fall.
All he had to do was throw the ball up. Brooks would have just ripped the house down, but...
Good foul to give by Italy. Not yet in the penalty. 6.5 seconds to go. Moraes was looking to score, putting the ball on the floor, and fouled by Vitali.
Well, 6.5 now. Angola's got to be clinical. Decisions got to be made quick. Dominguez, go to the basket, whoever. Howard's in and around, off the glass.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Leonel Paulo getting it done off the glass. 6.5 seconds to go. Tremendous offensive execution by Angola on that play. You watch it right here.
Veterans like a steam train, just throws it up, gives it that little kiss.
The handoff coming from Reggie Moore. And you see the time left. End of the third quarter, 70 Italy, 42 Angola. And one more quarter to go. You take a look at some interesting stats here. So far, 9 3-pointers by Italy, 1 for Angola. And in terms of free throws, 18 already taken by Italy.
Well, again, he said 1 for 11 from the perimeter right now. And again, that's one stat that could possibly keep them in the game. But credit to the Italian defense. They're just not making it easy for Angola to get the good shots off.
You take a look at that step back coming from Gigi Datome off Moraes, and then Moraes. A little bit of a pump fake there, and then getting the ball to fall inside. Moraes had 15 points against Serbia, but in the first half of this game, he was scoreless. And then that spin move coming from Jeff Brooks. You know, that length of Jeff Brooks, making it easy for him to get off the shots from close distance. And then the beautiful pass coming from Tessitore underneath, and drawing applause from the Italian players on the bench.
Well, one thing other teams are going to be looking at Italy after this game is going to be the fact that they are a very good perimeter shooting team. They didn't shoot so well in the first half, but they have picked it up now. They're 9 for 22, and again, that's what's building their lead. Both these two teams, 16 field goals from within the rainbow. Other teams looking that might be playing against Italy, they're going to know that they are going to have to defend them from the perimeter.
I thought in the third quarter, Italy passed the ball much more efficiently than they did in the first half.
Definitely moved the ball up. And now Ariel Falloy has just checked into a game. Again, playing for Citigas Avellino, another player for predominantly a three-point shooter.
Falloy, born in Argentina, and has been in Italy now for a while. He's actually been playing in Italy since 2003.
Well, again, the veteran. And now Paolo just going in the lane and drawing another foul. So,
you know, he's been very aggressive. He's able to carve space for himself with his tremendous athleticism. Paolo had 10 points against Serbia. And in this game already with 11 points.
He's been their most productive player. 14 minutes, 11 points, 2 rebounds, and only 1 personal foul, but...
And the only player in double figures for Angola. Reggie Moore and Yannick Barrera playing together in this combination of Coach Will Voigt. You know, I wonder if Voigt might want to experiment by putting Moreira and Vander together. They're usually relieving each other. That would be quite a combination. I mean, Vander can play the 5 position, Moreira, because of his agility, can play the 4.
Tell you what, you got me all excited with that lineup. That would be a very good lineup to see. And, you know, we might see that against Gillis.
Here's De La Valle and Tessitore.
Throws it back! Brooks just cleans it up with the putback. Dean, I've got to tell you, that is the play of the game.
Well, Jeff Brooks is really getting it done. Both ends of the floor. He's made quite an impact in this contest. The naturalized player of Italy, Jeff Brooks, played his college ball at Penn State in the U.S. Hemmed in, there was Reggie Moore, and then the shot by Cipriano. Yannick Barrera's right there.
Please, you got to throw it back, but...
Well, he didn't know whether time had run out.
Well,
but Barrera had a wide open shot.
We
He
need to see.
hesitated. And, you know, in this game, you cannot be tentative, especially if you're going up against an Italian team.
Have the replay on this. Brooks, no regard for human life whatsoever. And he loves it.
You know, earlier we were talking about how that ball was moving very well for Italy in the third quarter. I want to be able to tell you that at the end of the half, Italy had 4 assists. But in the third quarter alone, Italy with 7 dimes. And Tessitore with a nice turnaround in the shaded area. What a move.
Tessitore stepping up now, just showing his one-on-one skills within the lane. And again, that's not a bad move for him. You like to see that later on as they go towards the later stages of this tournament. And Moreira's got to do something now. Yannick, go to work. Now these two players, Abbas and Moreira, they've probably played each other in domestic basketball and the Champions League, so they know all about each other. And right now, you want them just to go at each other even more.
You watch this move right here. Nice head and shoulder fake by Tessitore. And that defense of Reggie Moore all of a sudden evaporated, disappeared. Nice shot coming from Tessitore. Cipriano. Taking it from the outside. Boy, he's not able to ring anything in this game. Filoy. And there's the outside shot by De La Valle. Easy defensive rebound by Reggie Moore. 31-point lead enjoyed by Italy.
And nobody moving right now, giving Cipriano any option. So the English has got to take it in the lane. Bit of a push off in and around. Doesn't get it. And now Stella Azzurri can get out on the break again with De La Valle.
No numbers there for Italy. So stepping in the breaks was De La Valle. And then trying that nifty pass over to Brooks off the pick and roll. But they will call a foul.
Well, Dean, if that pass had gone through, Brooks had the ball. Oh, my Lord. This place might erupt.
Jeff Brooks, man of the moment for Italy in this game.
Wudu Bass now looking for Tessitore, but I love that from Yannick Moreira, making it hard. Good defense by the big man. But it even
what a shot.
Better shot move by Tessitore.
Just beating the shot clock there.
And you know what? Yannick Moreira played as good a defense as he could have done. And in the end, it was a tough shot, and he still made it.
That was an off-balance shot by Tessitore. Probably learned that from Marco Bellinelli.
I want to see Yannick Moreira go back at him. Go to work, Yannick. Get to the free throw. That's much better from Yannick Moreira. Getting himself to the free throw line, more aggressive.
A nice move there by Yannick Moreira. You watch this move right here by Tessitore. The step back fake, and then the off-balance shot. And Moreira not able to anticipate that move by Tessitore. 2 points for the Italian. And Moreira now at the line, trying to get the 2 points back that he gave up previously.
You see he's a little bit tired there, just a little bit flat in the shot. Just needs to use his legs a little bit more, get his arc up.
And Moreira, back when he played for Angola in the World Cup in Spain in 2014, he actually averaged 17.8 points and 8.2 rebounds. Those are massive numbers for Moreira in the previous World Cup in Spain.
Oh, it's interesting. You see him play his club basketball this year for Virtus Bologna, and when he played for PAOK in the past season, I mean, not the foundation big man, but again, we'll play any position. And it's tough for him now because now he's got to step into a leadership role. But Della Valle wide open in the corner, and he just sinks the triple.
If you don't challenge the shot, you'll pay the price. And Della Valle hitting it from the corner. The lead now ballooning to 35 points.
Dominguez all the way.
Yes. A left-handed shot. Della Valle. Over to Abbas. Italy looking very patient. Looking very methodical in this half-court set.
Abbas now spins out. Well, 6 on the shot clock.
Here's Della Valle once more. Paulo has it, putting it on the floor. Here you go with Cipriano. Will he finally make it? Still not there for Olimpio Cipriano. Oh, he steals the ball. Here we go, hanging in the air. And he was foiled by Italy's defense.
Brooks to
yes. Oh, beautiful pass by Brooks. Brooks passing, wide open Tessitore. Hey, Brooks, he's rebounding, he's scoring, he's passing. He's doing it all. He's playing tough defense.
And again, it's the pass it, high-low in. Wide open dunkers now. But again, Yannick Moreira just going to crosses over, steps back.
And that's a shot.
Moreira.
Nice shot coming from Moreira, who played his college basketball at Southern Methodist University in Dallas. Here we go with Tessitore. He's very offense-minded. That's one thing about Tessitore. He's not shy taking that shot.
Well, Moreira wants to go back at him again, and
Moreira. Well, he knows he's hot. He's looking for the shot. And Italy giving him that shot. Now the lead is down to 31. And Angola with the steal. Mingus.
Oh, Yannick Moreira wants the ball now. Yannick Moreira's got a point now.
He's giving it up. Here's Cipriano. Oh, I thought he was going to fall in.
Well, I was hoping to see Yannick Moreira go back at Tessitore. They're having a few words with each other, but it's just competition right now.
Abbas, oh, he takes the jump shot, and he makes it. That's a three-pointer for Abbas. That's his second of the game.
Well, Wudo Abbas hit that shot, and he looked at Yannick Moreira and said, I can shoot them too, buddy.
A timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. Check out some interesting stats in Italy. 14 assists so far in this game. They only had 4 at the half. And turnovers, Angola with 14. Block shots, Italy with 6. Italy, crisp passing that we saw, that they showed against the Philippines, has come back in a big way in the second half of this one. And Angola coach, Will Boy, Bill Eager, his team down by 34 points. Cipriano just has not been himself at all in this game. He's missed everything. And talk about Cipriano hanging in the air. The ball was blocked. And then the nice nifty pass coming from Jeff Brooks and Tessitore. Getting it done with a slammer. And Gigi De Tome liking it. Marco Bellinelli liking it. Those 3 NBA veterans, including Gallinari, sitting down, applauding. They'll probably sit out this game the rest of the way.
Well, Coach Zucchetti's smart. You're right. You got a 34-point lead right now. I mean, you're going to be 2-0 by the end of this, but they want to have a good performance. Cipriano goes all the way.
Cipriano, I think that's his first bucket of the game.
You can't fault Cipriano, man. He's been working very hard to get his shots off tonight, and he's had a bit of bad luck, but
he's been a very frustrated shooter, that's for sure.
No doubt about it.
Missing the free throw, so just 2 points across his name in this one.
So Yannick Moreira now, low block, guarded by Abbas. We've seen this matchup before. Gives a little pump fake, tries to go baseline. Well, he's got to pass it. 6 on the shot clock. They're going to get something going.
Nice jumper, and Moreira right there for the offensive rebound and the putback. Moreira very active underneath the boards, and Italy throwing it away. And Coach Romeo Sacchetti very disappointed with that play, and he calls a quick timeout to settle things down. We'll be right back after this one. Back here in Foshan, 3 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game. We're in the fourth quarter. It's Italy 84, Angola 54, an even 30-point lead enjoyed by Italy. Cipriano was scoreless in the first game, now 2 points in this game, and he missed it completely with that air ball. Gentile is back on the floor, trying to extricate. Mingus on top of Gentile, and Gentile was fouled. He'll go to the line. A little bit of one-on-one action that time with Gentile.
Well, Gentile just coming off the back of a season playing for the Movistar Estudiantes, and again, anytime he's in the game, he's really got to make an impact. But again, his free throw shooting woes
really suspect. Really suspect. 3 out of 6 from the line by Gentile in that Italy game against the Philippines.
Well, the great coach once said to me, Dean, that your jump shot, free throw shot has to be one smooth motion. You can see when he gets to the top of his head, he just stops for a moment.
Right.
Again.
And here we go with Mirage. Oh, he was foiled. They call goaltending. They call goaltending on that one.
Paul Baliga just makes it look effortless when he jumps in the air. It's almost like he should play volleyball.
So Mirage getting the 2 points on the goaltending.
Ariel Falloy now coming off a screen, spots Gentile. Gentile kicks out Abbas. He's made 2 tonight and makes a third one. Awudu Abbas. Well, he doesn't shoot too many three-pointers, but you can see he's lighting up tonight.
So Abbas has built a reputation as a great offensive rebounder, a good defender. But in this game, already with 3 three-pointers, and Cipriano getting his second bucket of the game.
Well, Dean, I got to tell you as well, I like the fact that Angola, even though the game is near over, still pressing and not really giving up. They're still giving it hard right now.
And Baliga missing from inside the shaded area. Plucking out a defensive rebound was Moreira.
Oh, Yanni Moreira wants it. He's got Paul Baliga on him. Gets a handoff.
Cipriano, nice pass. Oh, but he missed. Moreira missed the shot. Gentile. And a nice, easy pass. And Della Valle will score.
Well, Gentile made the most of the 2-on-1 situation. Della Valle did very well to avoid the block, but just over 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
And it doesn't look like Italy will hit the century mark in this one. Cipriano. He's been very trigger happy in this game, but only 4 points across his name.
Falloy with the steal. Well, they got numbers again.
Getting the steal. Another turnover against Angola.
Abbas, take a fourth one, please. 4 3-pointer, can't get it.
Not there that time. Mingus with a rebound. Cipriano bringing up the ball against Della Valle. Della Valle looking at Cipriano, eyeball to eyeball. Cipriano looking to attack. And there he goes again, blocked once more.
Whoa.
Just can't get anything to fall for Cipriano.
It just looks effortless. Goes up, and he just says literally, "Not in my house."
Well, hanging in the air that time was Cipriano, trying to get the defense unlocked, but then he was blocked. Here we go, 1 minute and 25 to go. Maraj, a three-pointer coming from him. Not there.
Well, Gentile just slowing this one down now. No need to rush it. Feloy throws it up. Well, Mingish did a good job there. Just stood in the lane and didn't give Paul Baliga any time or space to jump, but
time running out now. And there will be a turnover against Angola. Tremendous pressure defense by Della Valle. American coach Will Voigt of Angola.
well, the official got that one right because Della Valle picked his pocket. It did come off to Mingish, so excellent decision by the official.
Less than a minute to go.
Well, what they want is Paul Baliga on the lob. Gentile takes in the lane.
And passing it over to his coach, who I'm sure wasn't very happy with that pass.
No doubt Saketsi probably would have nailed that back in his day, of course. But
Mingus bringing it up court here for Angola. Moreira all the way in the perimeter.
Big Yannick just got to go to work on Paul Baliga. You've done it a few times this year.
There's the screen for Moraes. The pick and pop. Yes, got it done.
Well, 7 seconds difference now between game clock and shot clock, but Italy will probably want to dribble this one out, but they're going to have to shoot on this possession.
Della Valle wants the basketball. Defended by Dominguez. Oh, there's a lot of pushing there.
Well, they're going to
there's
calm
a
things down.
retaliation
Oh,
right there.
a
A headbutt.
Gentile's got to calm down. Mingus has got to calm down.
Yeah, I think that might be Paulo.
Paulo, sorry, up.
Yeah, against Gentile, but there was a headbutt. Gentile, and a lot of pushing, and it's a pity because it's just 16.6 remaining in the game.
Absolutely.
And it might be a disqualifying foul against Paulo because there was that headbutt.
Saketti's got to get Gentile out of the game. Coach Voigt's got to get Mingus both out because we don't want to ruin this game on a bad note. It's been a good game to watch.
Watch it right there. A push by Tessitori and then Del with a headbutt. Quickly, the arm signaling and a sportsmanlike, it could be a disqualifying. Referees are talking it over. They're not going to the replay machine, not yet.
Well, Saketti's got Gentile out of the game, and again, Gentile looks like he's heading for the locker room, but again, Dean, I got to tell you, credit to our officials again, jumping right in the middle of this.
Yeah.
Well, Gentile, unfortunately, was the recipient of a headbutt, but
referees are still talking it over. Interesting that they're not going to the replay machine. But 16.6 seconds to go. Let's listen to what the referees have to say. And now they're going to consult the machine for the IRS. Let's listen in.
Okay, double on foot. Yep, okay, keep going. Keep running that. Anything after that? If not, I'm okay staying just double on sportsmanlike.
5. Look now, can we go from the beginning?
Yeah, start it from the beginning.
And slowly.
Do we have anything?
So, when was the first action that we called?
Right.
Because it's now.
There.
It's now.
Okay.
Unsportsmanlike foul for number 5.
Yep.
And then
back.
Unsportsmanlike foul back. But now the next motion, look now. And this one, for me, it's disqualifying foul.
Okay, so number 9 will be disqualified.
My decision would be number 5, unsportsmanlike foul. Number 9, unsportsmanlike foul, and then another one unsportsmanlike foul because of this next one.
Okay, and that's number 9.
Anyway, he has to be the goal.
All right, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Number 9 is ejected.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 unsportsmanlike fouls.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
You will administrate.
Yep. I got it. Okay. Oh, real quick, hey, real quick on that. When he went out bleeding, does his sub will shoot? Because he would shoot the second unsportsmanlike.
The
sub will shoot. Okay. All right. Okay. After review, we do have a double unsportsmanlike initially, followed by an unsportsmanlike foul. Number 9, that's his second. He's ejected from the game. Number 9 gets 2 unsportsmanlike. Yes. I will. Number 9 for red, 2 unsportsmanlike, and 1 on 5. His sub will shoot the free throws. Okay. All right. So the initial play is a double unsportsmanlike foul. Number 5 and number 9. After that, number 9 then headbutt twice 5. Yes, right to the face. So play has been ejected.
And Leonel Paulo is going to get the thumb. He's been ejected. It's a disqualifying foul because of the headbutt. And the action actually was between Gentile and Leonel Paulo. I think I might have said Tessitore earlier, but yes, it was Gentile. And Leonel Paulo is out of the playing court. And I think he'll be escorted out of the arena and into the locker room. He's been ejected. It's a disqualifying foul because of the headbutt. Certainly uncalled for, particularly since 16.6 seconds left.
Well, Dean, I'm just very disappointed because Paulo's played an excellent game tonight. He's been a big difference for Angola. And as you said, it started with a push from Gentile. Paulo pushed him right back, and then he did what he shouldn't have done. He went over there and headbutted him, you know?
So it's 2 free throws and possession here for Italy on the disqualifying foul.
Well, now 16.6. Again, they're going to just have to dribble this one out. I think what Angola's thinking now is because it was a double unsportsmanlike foul, Angola's asking for the free throws.
Well, if it's a double unsportsmanlike foul, it cancels each other out.
Correct, yes.
But the disqualifying foul prevailing here, and so in ejection, Paulo is out of the game, 2 free throws and possession for Italy. And they'll dribble this out. And the score will hold. It's 92 Italy, 61 Angola with 16.6 seconds to go. A little bit of drama to end the game, but all's well that ends well. Italy, 92 points. Angola, 61 points. A second straight victory for Italy. Hold on. There's 1.5 seconds to go. And now they're going to play this out. 1.5 seconds left on the game clock. It'll be Angola ball.
Someone needs to tell the spectators there's 1.5 seconds left. They're leaving.
And there you go. And that's the end of the ball game. And it's in the books. It's Italy now with a 2-0 record in Group D action, and Angola falling to its second straight loss, 0-2, the record of Angola. I thought it was a competitive game, an exciting game, despite the big margin. Angola played tough defense in the first half. I thought better offense for Angola in the second half, and then Italy really stepping up its passing game in the second half. You see the players now embracing each other. All the emotions have now died down. Moreira and Brooks. Brooks certainly a tremendous performance in this one, and the Italian fans giving a rousing applause to the victors.
Well, the Stella Azzurri now are 2-0 here, and you know what, Dean? I'm looking really forward to their game against Serbia, because that is going to be one great matchup with a good atmosphere in here.
Oh, I think so. Italy versus Serbia will be the match to watch. That's in 2 days' time. And it's just a pity that towards the end of this game, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, and then the uncalled for headbutt by Leonel Paulo, causing his ejection on the disqualifying foul. And the Italian players and the Angolan players now leaving the court. Italy, another well-played game. A little spotty in the first half. Didn't play as precise as Italy did in the game against the Philippines. But in the second half, Italy just steamrolled its way to a big victory.
Well, I got to give credit to the Angolans. The Angolans came in here, and you know what? They were very physical. They made life difficult. But you look at the stats, Dean. I mean, 2 for 18 from the perimeter just isn't good enough for Angola.
That's right. But what about the assists? 16-6 in favor of Italy. And the second chance points, pretty close. But the assists, 16. And Italy only had 4 assists at the end of the half. So they really stepped it up in the second half in the assist department. And some players in double figures there. Bellinelli with 17, Moreira with 15, Hackett and Abbas. Brooks actually didn't get into double figures, or did he? Brooks had 11 points in this game. Yeah, not reflected in the box scores. But we called him the best player in this game. I thought he got the job done both defensively and offensively. Bellinelli with that move against Mingus. Bellinelli once more, putting the ball on the floor. And then the floating motion to hit the three-pointer. The miracle man coming to play against Angola. And the Italian fans loving it. And then the block shot by Danilo Gallinari. Coach Will Voigt telling his boys, use your heads. The shot coming from Angola. And then the move by Antonio. That was a difficult shot. And applauding was Coach Will Voigt, and then Bellinelli getting the pass from Gallinari. And Coach Romeo Sacchetti. Oh, you gotta love this play. A step back from Gigi Datome. The defense not able to react as Datome getting the separation. Moraes with a fadeaway. 2-pointer for him. He was scoreless in the first half, then came on strong in the second half. And that was a dipsy-do shot from the left side coming from Moraes. The pass and the spin move by Jeff Brooks. Vitali finding Tessitori. Tessitori finding Abbas on the reverse layup, drawing applause from the Italian bench. Moraes getting blocked. Watch it right here on 2 angles. And then losing his shoe in the process. Coach Sacchetti throwing his towel. Not very happy with some of the sloppy play of the Italian team in the course of this game. But Jeff Brooks with a slammer off the offensive rebound. And that time Sacchetti applauding his players. Tessitori with a nice shot off Moreira. And then the easy pass to Tessitori that time. That passing was not there on a consistent basis in the first half. 4 assists for Italy in the first half. And then coming to life in the second half. And the final score of this game, 92-61. Italy on top of the leaderboard, 2-0. Serbia 1-0. Angola 0-2. Philippines 0-1. And in a few moments, we will be seeing Serbia in action against the Philippines in the second day of action in Group D competition in the FIBA World Cup.